What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another WD detailing video. I'm RJ, Brent's behind the camera, and we're here with Colden, who just brought us a 1970 Chevelle SS all the way from like an hour and a half away. So you dragged it out of, where was it being stored?
It was being stored in my grandpa's pole barn. It's been stored there for, like I said, 25 plus years.
Yeah, you were saying earlier that your dad bought it, it's lightly used in the 80s, and then,
he bought it in the early 80s.
Gotcha, and then he was tracking it for a little bit, and you can tell because it's missing some parts here and there.
Oh,
it looks like it's seen a couple good track days, but then he stored it, and he said that it was sitting there before you were even born.
Yeah, way before I was born.
We're talking maybe what, like 20, 25 years of sitting? Yeah,
25, maybe 26 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's still in beautiful shape, so wherever it was stored, it looks like, thankfully the weather and the humidity didn't get to at least the exterior of the car, but when you take a look at the inside, there's a ton of mold all over the seats and all over the door panels, and the carpeting's in rough shape. But I mean, these are like the epitome of, American muscle. So it's really cool that you were willing to throw it on the trailer and drag it all the way out here for us. What do you think your plans are going to be for the car when it's all said and done?
I'm hoping to do it the right way, just get it painted and get it back on the road, and I'm probably going to track it just like my dad did back in the day.
Oh, nice. Is your dad still around?
Yep.
Oh, cool. So he'll be able to enjoy that with you and see you guys can spend the track day together.
Yep.
Well, that's really cool. And does he know that you brought it out here?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
He was a little skeptical.
I can imagine, because right now, I mean, we were talking about it earlier, but these Chevelles are going for a ton of money.
Oh, yeah.
So I promise it'll be safe in our hands, and you'll get her back in one piece and looking much, much better.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, cool. Well, thank you, Colden. I appreciate it. And without further ado, we'll get into the detail.
So in case you guys didn't already know, and if it's not obvious by this clip right here, these cars weigh a little bit over 3,200 pounds. And by no means is that light when it comes to cars. This is probably the heaviest car that we've ever had to unload off of a trailer. For a second, when it was coming down, I almost feared for my life because I wasn't expecting it to be so heavy. But other than that, it wasn't too bad of a process getting it into our shop. But taking a quick look over the car, the exterior was in pretty decent condition for how long it's been sitting. He said it was sitting for about 25 to 26 years in the garage, so it wasn't seeing much outside or road action, meaning that the paint was not really going to get too scratched up. It still was pretty dusty, and it had some swirls and scratches in it, which later in the video we did fix up, but it wasn't in horrible condition. But moving on to the interior, that's where we had to spend most of our time because every single inch of this car was covered in mold. And I've said it before with these older cars, and I'll say it again, when they come to us in this condition, they always smell the exact same. I don't know what it is. Maybe it is the mold, maybe it's just how long they've sat, but every single one of them has the exact same scent. And getting into the question of the video, make sure you guys leave your answers in the comments below. If you owned a car like this, what would you want to do with it? Would you rather have it as a track car that you took on the track and you really drove it like it was meant to be? Or would this be a car that you would use more as a Sunday driver? Meaning, would you take it out of the garage on Sundays, drive it to classic car shows, cruise around in it, and basically keep it in as good of condition as possible, and throw it back in the garage when you're done with it and put pretty much as little to no miles as possible on it?
All right, guys, so while we're working on the outside of the Chevelle, we're gonna throw the ozone machine in there to kill as much of the mold and bacteria that is inside of the Chevelle. That way, we're as safe as we can be while working on it.
Now, I really quickly want to say that I am editing this on Thanksgiving night. It's 10 o'clock at night, but I wanted to wish you guys all happy Thanksgiving if you do celebrate it. And that being said, I'm not going to be doing too many voiceovers in this video because I do want to make sure that it's out for you guys tomorrow morning. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the day with your families and you enjoy this video when it goes up. And if you do, don't forget to give it a like. Okay, taking a look at these front wheels, I'm going to give bonus points to any of you guys who could tell me why the tires are completely bald. So leave a comment down below if you know. So when it came time to polish out the car, if you look closely at the paint, you can see that the last person who polished it left some trails with their polisher. So that was mostly what we were trying to focus on getting out of the paint, and some of the oxidation. And I know in the beginning of the video, Colden mentioned that he was thinking about getting this car repainted. And personally, I would not repaint a car like this because the original always makes it worth more and it looks way cooler. But leave a comment down below whether you guys would repaint it because it did have some rust spots, or if you would just leave it how it was. Now, while this was only 8 minutes of a video, we ended up spending, I want to say, 3.5 hours doing the exterior of the car, which is how long the ozone machine sat inside of it, killing the mold. But it was finally time to pull that out and then pull the seats out and begin detailing the interior. And for all the mold, we used a product called Tri-Clean along with our steamer to get all of it off, and it did a really good job at removing it all. And I cannot stress this enough, if it's not already common sense, and you guys are working with mold or dust or anything, make sure you wear a respirator just to watch for your own health, because if you don't, it is seriously very toxic. So after getting all the carpets cleaned, it was finally time to put the car back together and get everything conditioned. And personally, I think conditioning is one of my favorite parts aesthetically, because I like the way it takes the faded parts of the car and makes them look rich and deep and shiny again. And it really gives that overall pop to the end result.